Hi everyone, welcome to today's vlog. I wanted to do an extra vlog this week just to have a chat really. Quite a few of you have sent lovely messages and a few questions as well, so I wanted to answer those. And I also just wanted to do a little update about diets and food and what I'm doing in that kind of sense. Because I know a lot of you started following me probably because of Slimming World and diets and things like that. So I'm sorry I've got my sunglasses on, but if I take them off I'm like really squinty because it is quite bright here, so apologies for that. But you know, I don't want to be frowning all the time. So yeah, hello, welcome. We are living in Fuerteventura now, and a couple of people have asked how long we planned this for, and you know, why have we chosen to live here? What is it, just because of the sunshine, or you know, what are the reasons? So I just thought I'd chat a little bit about that. And first of all, it's been quite a long time in the planning, because what happened was we used to come here in the winter time, in the UK winter time, for 3 months. We usually used to come in like January, February and a bit of March, because where we were living in Devon, we had our own little business. We used to make bunting and aprons and things, and we had a market stall in Brixham, and that used to close obviously over the winter. I say obviously, it was not obvious, but it was an outdoor market. There was not many tourists there. We would have all been freezing. So we used to come over here, and we used to close down our house in the UK, so it didn't cost anything, and we get cheap accommodation over here and live very simply. In 2020, when it was the COVID pandemic, we actually were supposed to come back to the UK, and we decided for various different reasons to stay here, and we ended up staying for 6.5 months. And again, lots of different reasons, but we loved it. We loved the lifestyle. So yes, the weather is part of it, but it's more than that. It's the simple lifestyle, the healthy lifestyle, the fact that, well, I'll show you now one of my favourite quotes ever. I'll pop it up on the screen. And to me, that just sums up Fuerteventura. It's so wild here, and you can walk barefoot on the beach. You know, the wind is in your hair. I get in the sea every day, and I really feel a good connection to the earth here, and that really helps me just in life. It just makes me happy. It's what I enjoy. I'm not really somebody who's so interested in materialistic things anymore. I used to be, don't get me wrong. I used to love going shopping and buying loads of clothes, and I had loads of Emma Bridgewater stuff, and you know, thoroughly enjoyed all that. But again, I think the living here for so long with such little amount of things kind of changed my perspective. And also just being so connected to the earth here made me really appreciate, you know, that we can't keep consuming at the rate we are. It's, you know, the earth can't sustain it. So anyway, I'm not going to get into that too much, but so we decided after that, when we did have to go back to the UK, that we would look into moving here permanently. And as you know, since Brexit, we don't have freedom of Europe anymore, so you can't just move to another European country. You have to have a visa. And we looked into the various different visas, and the non-lucrative visa is the one that suited us and the one that we have gone for. Now, I don't want to not work, but I'm not allowed to work on this visa. So it's probably going to be 5 years, unless the rules change, which they might, until I can get a job. So we are going to be living off of our savings for the next 5 years, and Martin's pension. And you know, some people say, oh, you're so lucky that you can do that. You're so lucky that you can retire. I do feel lucky, but also nobody gave me my savings. Somebody didn't just come up to me and say, here's loads of money. Well, not that I've got loads of money, but here's money. You know, I worked for that money. I worked for many years, obviously at Trelaws, and then doing the market and doing care work and whatever, and saved up. And the lifestyle that we lead, it is very simple, so we don't spend much money, and that's what's enabling us to do this. And I think I do feel lucky, but I also think that we've put a lot of work into this, and everything that we've done up until now has enabled us to make this move. But yeah, obviously the weather is a big factor of being here. It doesn't get mega hot. Perhaps apart from in August, it can get very hot. There's always a wind here, so that kind of keeps you a bit cooler. And in the winter time, it doesn't get really cold. So it's for me, it's like the perfect climate, because I love the light and I love the brightness, but I'm not great in really, really hot weather. So the breeze over here really suits me. And as you can see, like today, it's quite cloudy, but it's still nice and bright. There's lots of like blue sky in between the clouds, and it's still quite sunny. So yeah, the weather does play a part in us wanting to move, but also, like I keep saying, it's the lifestyle. It's much more simple. It's much more, I don't know, I can't explain it really, but you know, watch my vlogs and you'll see the kind of things that we get up to, and it's just a very easygoing, simple, healthy lifestyle over here. I think that kind of moves me on to, oh no, I was going to just say a little bit about the house that we've found. So again, a few people have said, a few of my friends actually have said, blimey, that was quick, because we found a house and had an offer accepted. So we're going through the process now of buying a house, and it's again quite a simple little small house. It's got a front garden and a back garden, and we have got a view because it's up the hill. The reason why we've chosen Caleta, or Monte Castillo, which is the hill behind Caleta, is that it's very near Rosario, which is the capital. It's very near the airport. It's basically in the middle of the east coast of the island, so you can easily get to the north, you can easily get to the south. So we're very central in that sense, and we love the north. We do love the north of the island, and that's where we always used to stay, in El Castillo. But they don't really have this in El Castillo, the sort of houses that we wanted to buy. It's more apartments, and we wanted an actual house with some outside space. And obviously, you know, places like Lajares, you can buy villas, and Villa Verde, La Oliva, etc. But they were not within our price range. The only ones that would have been in our price range were at Arrigo Mare, and I do love the North Shore, but it's very, very isolated up there. There's absolutely nothing, and we'd have to get in the car for everything. You know, I do need to be near the airport because I will need to go back to the UK to visit family, and I hope they will come and visit me. So that's why we chose this location. And also, like I said, our budget, this is the area that we can afford. And actually, I feel here we've got the best of both worlds, because, you know, if you want to go down into Caleta, the beach by the Atlantico is really nice. It's lovely and safe for swimming. We've been down there already this morning as the sun's come up and had a really lovely swim. I did put my wetsuit on because I'm a wimp and it was a bit chilly. And then, you know, you've got loads of places to eat. You've got such a big choice. You've got English food, Spanish food, Indian, Chinese, all different things. You've got cafes and bars, and if you want to go out dancing or watch a show or drink cocktails, you can do that. There's shops and everything down there. Like I said, we're not far from Rosario, where there's everything that you need. But also, you drive 5 minutes down the road, or you can walk there to Las Salinas, and you're in a little Spanish village. You've got all loads of walks around here where you can just completely get away from everything. We went up into the mountains the other day. It's just stunning. So yeah, we're really loving it so far. So I hope that does answer some of the questions, and it kind of leads me on to the diet side of what I wanted to talk about. Now, as you know, I lost 6.5 stone doing Slimming World how many years ago? It must be 7 years ago actually. And I've kept most of that off, not all of it, because I'm not going to lie, I have found the last couple of years with the house selling and everything and the visa application quite stressful, and I do tend to eat when I get a bit stressed. So I'm not at my lightest, put it that way, but I'm also not at how I was at the heaviest. I'll try and put some pictures on now so that you can see. And I learned a lot from Slimming World, I did, and it really worked for me, but it's never been sustainable in the long term, because at the end of the day it is a diet, and I've always known that I've needed to get out of this whole on plan, off plan, good, bad, whatever you want to call it. And here, for some reason, I don't know why, I don't need to diet. I can eat intuitively here and lose weight. And once I've got to the weight that I want to be, I can maintain that weight, because I did it when we were here for 6.5 months. That's when I was at my ideal weight. And actually, when we first went back to the UK, I kept up with it really well because we went back to the UK in July, I think it was mid-July. But as soon as the winter hit, that's when I started eating more and putting on the weight. I think here I do still use some of the kind of Slimming World ideas in the sense that, I do choose lots of fruit and veg. I try to eat, lean meats and potatoes and rice and all this kind of thing. And I try to limit the sugary, fatty type snacks, although I do eat healthy fats here. So I do eat things like avocados and nuts and seeds and all this kind of thing. I also here don't weigh myself. I don't know why. I think because when I've been here before, I haven't had a scales. I sometimes used to go to my friend's house and get on her scales, and I might buy some scales when we do move in, but we'll see. But for now, I'm not going to be weighing myself. I can already tell that I've lost. We've been here 2 weeks nearly, and I can tell I've lost weight because my jeans fit me again. And when I went to put them on when we flew over here, I couldn't even do them up. I think I do loads more exercise here. Again, because it's not cold and raining, I go out walking. I've started doing my morning exercises. I do a little bit of yoga and a bit of qigong. I've even started doing a little bit of dancing and just walking and swimming. So I'm much, much more active here, and obviously that helps. I think on average over here I'm doing at least 12,000 steps a day, which is making a huge difference. So I won't be weighing in. I won't be following a diet. I will be eating intuitively. I will still show you what I'm eating in my weekly vlogs, not every single thing. And if I do any cooking, I'll let you know, and I'll show you recipes. And obviously when we do get our house, I will be doing back to doing like my batch cooking and all that kind of thing. And I will show you that. But what I am doing, just to start with, just to mainly to kind of sort of track myself what I'm having, is I'm trying to concentrate. And I've always found this, even when I was doing Slimming World, I do better if I concentrate on what I can have, not what I can't have. Because if I start thinking, oh, I can only have a tiny bit of that, then I want loads of it. And I always think with dieting, a lot of it is, if you eat lots of the things that you can have, you naturally then don't want the other things because you're full, you know. And that's, anyway, I'm blathering on. This is what I've been doing. So I've got my little book, and this is each week. My first thing is to try and eat 30 different fruit and vegetables. So let me show you how has it gone? Let me show you last week's. So it's Sunday today, and I'm up to 23 so far. And obviously all these ticks are, I've had more portions of those. So I haven't managed the 30. I won't manage the 30 this week. But that's my aim, is to do the 30 different fruits and veggies. And then the next thing, which is really important for me to get lots of in my diet, is fibre. So I had made a list of all the things that I wanted to get in, but I've kind of kept this blank, and I'm going to just fill it in as I go along. So it's going to be things like potatoes with the skin on, brown rice, brown pasta, quinoa, nuts and seeds. What else? Brown bread. So I can fill that in as and when I have things. I also want to try and concentrate on eating some pulses each week. Now, when I was here before, I used to eat a lot of pulses. I mean, I practically was vegan by the end of it. I don't know if I'll go down that route again. We'll see how it goes. But I do want to increase the amount of pulses. So I'm going to try and get at least 4 different types. So that might be some hummus, which is chickpeas. It could be lentils, kidney beans, baked beans, whatever. So that's that section. Then I'm doing my lemon water every morning, so I just need to tick that. And then I've got like the meat and fish section, and I do want to eat some oily fish each week, because I think from doing Slimming World for so many years, my hair falls out, and I do think that's from, you know, being constantly on this sort of very low fat diet. So that's quite important. Red meat, I'd quite like to eat a very small amount of. Fish. I do want to eat fish. It's quite expensive though, and as I said earlier, we are on a budget these days. White meat, chicken, obviously, and the processed meat is what I want to keep an eye on and not eat too much of it. I think last week I've had, see here, processed meat. I've had 3 lots. We had chicken sausages one day. I had some ham on a tostada when we were out, and I had, what else? Oh, some chorizo, which was in a pasta dish that I made. But it's, you know, it's so easy to eat quite a lot of processed meat, and it's supposedly not very good for you. Then I've got like a dairy section, because I'm at that age where, you know, I'm going to get the menopause at some point, and I think I need to be mindful of getting enough dairy, enough calcium. And I've gone on to full fat yogurt. I've ditched the low fat stuff, which is all full of sugar. And yeah, so yogurt, milk, eggs, cheese I want to eat in limited amounts, and obviously ice cream. I don't know why I've put that on there. I haven't had an ice cream yet, and we've been here for 2 weeks. That's something I need to, again, keep an eye on. I don't want to be having too much of it. And then this bit at the bottom is for other things. So coffee, I can get quite addicted to coffee, so that's something I need to be mindful of. Sweets, again, chocolate, alcohol, and then I've got this section for any other kind of other stuff. I haven't done too badly this week here. I've had a few coffees, some sweets, chocolate. We've been buying the little tiny bars of very dark chocolate, so I've had 2 of them this week. And we went out one night and I had 2 drinks, so, and also an Indian, and I've also had some biscuits. So it's not perfect by any means, but then life isn't perfect, and I feel like by doing it this way, I'm gonna, over the week, manage to get all the nutrients that my body needs and have a few things that my mind tells me I want, and, you know, hopefully lose a bit more weight, because I am at the stage at the minute where I do still want to lose weight. I'm also really keen to get back to my other healthy habits, and you know, this is not just physically, this is mentally as well, and, you know, using my brain and my mind again. So again, I've made a little thing for this was this last week. So I've got my steps every day. There was only one day where we did 8,000, and that's the day that my back hurt more, and that was when we had a bank appointment. We were in there for like 2 hours, so we didn't get much else done. These are like physical exercises that I've been doing, and then things for my mind. So I've been doing a meditation every morning, breathing, practicing gratitude. I haven't been doing the morning pages, but that's something I want to get into. And then again, I've got these other sort of things. I've been doing Wordle, Sudoku, code words, Duolingo, reading, this kind of thing. And I want to use this time, perhaps it's going to be 5 years, where I'm not doing paid work, to work on myself, to really sort myself out, and you know, do things like learn Spanish properly, do my YouTube videos, but, you know, do them really well. I enjoy doing them. It's quite creative. Doing some more cooking, doing some art and making things for our new house. I'm very excited about that. Gardening, yeah, this, I mean, that's going to be another whole new ball game, because gardening here, one of my friends, she said to me, forget everything you know about gardening in the UK, because it's completely different here. So I'm really excited to learn about the plants and everything over here and see what I can grow. I'd like to think that I could grow a bit of food. That would be amazing, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I thought I'd start off with something simple like tomatoes or something like that. Yeah, so I'm going to be going with the flow a bit more as well, you know, and yes, I've got my little lists for each week, but they will change, and they will change as I need them to. So I will let you know how I'm getting on from time to time, but I'm not going to be doing like weekly weigh-in updates or, you know, Slimming World meals or anything like that. So it will just be in with my weekly vlogs. If I eat anything interesting or tasty or whatever, I will show you. And like I say, it's generally going to be healthy, and I am hoping to lose a bit of weight. And I hope that, you know, you'll still continue to watch, but I understand obviously if you're still following Slimming World and you just want Slimming World food, then this might not be right for you, and that's fine. And I thank you for your support this far, and obviously good luck with everyone who is doing Slimming World or calorie counting or whatever else you're doing. Let me know how you're getting on in the comments, and if you have any more questions, let me know and I'll try and answer them in a later vlog. But I'm going to go now because I've been blathering on for ages. And yeah, thank you again for all your lovely comments, and I'll see you on Sunday in the weekly vlog. Bye.